Imagine this, one signature, and poof, billions vanish. Your tuition skyrockets, your professors pack up. And the campus you dreamed of? It crumbles under a political war no one saw coming. California just drew a line in the sand, and it's shaking the foundations of higher education. Welcome to Libo News. I'm your host, and today, we're diving into the explosive clash between Governor Gavin Newsom and the Trump White House that's got universities on the edge of a funding cliff. It started just yesterday, but the shockwaves are already rippling across the nation. Governor Newsom fired off a bombshell. Any California university that inks a deal with the Trump administration's so-called Compact for Academic Excellence will lose billions in state funding, effective immediately. We're talking Cal grants, the lifeline for thousands of low-income students, gone in a flash. USC, the University of Southern California, is ground zero here, as the only Golden State school hit with this provocative proposal so far. But make no mistake, this isn't just about one campus. It's a high-stakes showdown over the soul of American higher ed, where federal dollars meet ideological fire. Let's break it down, because the devil and the dollars are in the details. The White House letter, dropped on Wednesday like a grenade, pitches this compact as a golden ticket. Sign on, and your university gets VIP access to federal research grants, priority funding, even invites to exclusive policy powwows. In return, a wholesale pivot to what the administration calls a conservative vision for campuses. We're talking ditching diversity in admissions, already a hot button after the Supreme Court's 2023 affirmative action smackdown, mandating SAT or ACT tests for undergrads, and enforcing a strict binary on gender identity. Bathrooms, locker rooms, women's sports, all locked into a definition that excludes transgender students. Oh, and cap international enrollment at 15% total, with no more than 5% from any one country. For USC, where a quarter of freshmen hail from abroad, mostly China and India, that's not a tweak, it's a revenue apocalypse. Full-pay international tuition props up budgets there, especially amid hundreds of layoffs this year from a $200 million deficit. But why now? Why this aggressive play from the Trump team? Peel back the layers and it's clear. Higher ed has long been in the crosshairs as a bastion of liberalism. As the president puts it, intolerant of conservative voices, soft on free speech, and too cozy with progressive ideals. This compact isn't punishment like the $1.2 billion UCLA fine for alleged civil rights lapses in handling anti-Semitism. No, this is the carrot after the stick. Incentive over coercion, dangling fresh cash to lure schools into alignment on everything from student discipline to prioritizing hard science over liberal arts. It's leverage at its purest. Federal funding, which pours billions into research and aid annually, twisted into a tool for reshaping curricula, culture, and even who gets in the door. Critics call it a First Amendment gut punch. Why should Uncle Sam pick winners based on politics? Supporters? They see it as leveling a playing field tilted too far left, forcing accountability on campuses, roiled by protests and perceived biases. Newsom's clapback? Pure California defiance, echoing his August roast of the UCLA penalty, urging the UC system to sue rather than bend the knee. No lawsuit yet, but this threat amps it up. All caps fury, Trump style, vowing to protect academic freedom from what he brands a, quote, radical agreement that sells out students, profs, and researchers. It's not just rhetoric. Cal grants alone dished out $2.5 billion last year, based on FAFSA or DREAM Act apps. Cut those, and it's not abstract. It's families scraping by, dreams deferred. Yet Newsom's walking a tightrope. UC and CSU campuses, plus Stanford, are already under federal probes that could yank their own funding. Is this brinkmanship genius or gamble? It rallies the base in a blue state itching to resist, but risks painting California as the villain if tuition spikes and jobs vanish. Zoom in on USC, and the tension's electric. Deans blindsided by media leaks, staff whispering in shock. Associate English professor Devin Griffiths? He's livid, calling it a systematic dismantle of free speech. He's rallying colleagues to reject it outright, urging a united front. Engineering Sanjay Madhav flags the constitutional red flags. Government favoritism for ideological lockstep? That's not America. Cinematic arts. Howard Rodman emails the faculty fire. Sign on, and higher ed becomes MAGA, LLC, lie down with dogs, wake up with fleas. Students like junior Liam Wadi, fresh from pro-Palestinian protests the admins labeled anti-Semitic, feel the chill. Confusion laced with dread that cash-strapped USC might cave, just like it did shuttering diversity offices earlier this year to dodge federal heat. Not everyone's flinching. Over in Texas, the University of Texas Board Chair Kevin Lateef's all in, honored by the nod, eyeing those funding advantage in a red state haven for Trump priorities. Arizona's mum, but reviewing carefully. Vanderbilt, Penn, Dartmouth, MIT, Brown, UVA, They're the elite hit list, a mix of blue and red, selective and sprawling. Why these? Unclear, but whispers of more rounds suggest this is just Act 1. And the enforcement? Annual polls on viewpoint diversity, Justice Department oversight. Violate once, lose perks for a year, twice, 2 years out. It's Big Brother with a budget. So what's the endgame? For universities, it's existential. Chase federal favors and risk state fury. Or stand firm and bleed cash in a deficit-riddled era. For students, it's raw stakes. Affordable aid vanishing, international dreams capped, admissions warped by politics over merit. Broader, this crystallizes America's culture wars invading the ivory tower, where funding isn't neutral. It's the new battleground for who controls the future. Newsom's betting on principle over purse strings. Trump's wagering campuses crave cash more than conviction. Will USC fold? Will others follow Texas? Or does this spark a rebellion that redraws the lines? Stick around, because as this unfolds, Libo News has the unfiltered pulse. Hit like if you're Team Academic Freedom, comment your take, sign or fight, and subscribe for the breakdowns that cut through the noise. California's not backing down, but neither is Washington. What's next? You won't believe it when it drops. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay informed.